Hey everybody, how's it going? Brbteabreak here today for World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth Alpha overview for the Frost Mage. The main goal here will be comparing it to the live Legion version of the Frost Mage and kind of giving you an idea what's going on, how the class plays, and really should you be interested in the Frost Mage going forward. We'll go over the basic gameplay, then through some talents. So, the basic gameplay for the Frost Mage is exactly the same as the current version in World of Warcraft. You're going to press the Frostbolt a lot and hope for some procs. Fingers of Frost will give you the instant Ice Lance, or sorry, the crit Ice Lance, then you press Ice Lance. You get a Brain Freeze proc, gives the instant Flurry, and then you press Ice Lance after that. So not too much has changed really. You obviously have things like Icy Vein, Steel Frozen, or Blizzard, stuff like that. The biggest thing is artifact weapons are gone, so that means you have no more Ebon Bolt, it's now a talent. Also, the Frozen Orb doesn't give you the instant, whatever cast, doesn't give you the instant Blizzard anymore, have us on the wrong keybind. This actually has a cast reticle still, so that kind of sucks. And things like casting Frostbolts on the crit giving you a low cooldown of Icy Vein is gone, for example. The increased chance of Brain Freeze procs, that's gone also. Frostbolt does obviously a slower cast time. Ebon Bolt doesn't have a little icy thing appear from the ground, stuff like that. The biggest one, I guess, if you want to play Glacial Spike, which is still in the game, is that you can't get the double proc of the Glacial Icicles above your head anymore, which is a trait in the game. So you have to build one at a time, so which kind of sucks for that build, especially because now it's a lot worse. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Obviously, you can change your numbers here and there, see how it plays out. But yeah, not too much really to talk about. When it comes to gameplay, I guess the biggest thing is that you have Arcane Intellect, 10% int buff for your entire raid, which is kind of cool, I guess. Nothing's changed. It's exactly the same as you have currently on the live servers. So then let's go through the talents, because these actually have been changed quite a bit. We'll start from the top, and then just go all the way down to level 100. So, Bone Chilling is still the same, gives you a slight damage increase, stacks up to 10 times, nothing too crazy there. Lonely Winter is really good. It doesn't buff the damage of your Frozen Orb anymore, because I'm pretty sure it does on the live servers, but that doesn't matter too much, because Frozen Orb does no damage anyway. It's just there, the proc. Fingers of Frost. Ice Nova is actually a new one. It's been moved from level 60, which is over here now. Same deal though as it currently does on the live servers. Everything here is the same. Everything here is the same again. Level 60 is some new stuff though. We have Ebon Bolt, which is obviously what the artifact ability is currently in the game, except now it's a talent. It does now frost damage instead of the weird, I think it's like Shadow Frost or whatever, which made no sense for whatever reason. I don't know why it's there, but it does frost damage now only. Yeah, gives you a Brain Freeze proc, nothing crazy there. It's really good for openers because it hits really bloody hard. You know, 3,000 damage compared to a 1,000 damage Frostbolt. And obviously, you Ebon Bolts give you Brain Freeze proc, press Flurry. And if you didn't know, the Flurry gets there before the Ebon Bolt. So now the Ebon Bolt's going to crit and do 1 billion damage. It's really, really nice. But Frozen Touch has been severely buffed, I guess you could say. Grants you 20% more chance of Fingers of Frost and Brain Freeze procs, because currently on the live game it only gives you Fingers of Frost procs, which is nice, but having Brain Freeze procs are important because Flurry does a lot of damage and guarantees you Ice Lance crit also, which is really good. I should actually note, sorry, that Brain Freeze and Fingers of Frost have been buffed baseline. So for example, Brain Freeze here is 25%, and on the live game, I think if you have 4 out of 4 on your weapon, it's only like 6, 8, I think it's 18, I think you start at 10, maybe you start at 15 and you go to 23, I'm not too sure, but you get plus 8, so this is technically a buff as long as you're not putting points into the Brain Freeze trait, which it shouldn't be. But some people, obviously you don't have perfect relics, so you probably do have maybe 1 extra there, so it's kind of a nerf. Fingers of Frost is a buff though. It's currently 12 on live servers, now 15. Really nice. Actually, sorry, the biggest thing here is you only have 2 charges of Fingers of Frost now. So that's gone from your trait. So that kind of sucks if you do things like, you know, Blizzard and Frozen Orb and tons of procs, and now you're going to be just wasting them a fair bit. So something to look into to really maximize your gameplay. 75 is still the same as the live servers. Fingers of Frost, slow them down a lot and do double Frost Novas. Now, here are some interesting ones, level 90. So Comet Storm got moved from 100 to 90. I guess because it's an AoE line now in a way. Splitting Ice is the same, except Ebon Bolt and Glacial Spike now cleave, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Actually, no, Glacial Spike does cleave, I'm pretty sure by default, but they got Ebon Bolt now, so that's kind of nice. Obviously, only imagine if you pick Ebon Bolt, which I think he probably will. So yeah, I guess that's a little bit extra damage in a weird way. Obviously, still gives you the base Ice Lance increased damage and Freezing Rain. So this gives your Frozen Orb the ability now to make a Blizzard instant cast and deal more damage, which is very, very important because after Gale is now gone. Haven't obviously mapped it all out, but maybe this means you still Blizzard on single targets, and Blizzard does reduce the cooldown of Frozen Orb. So that's something to look into, and yeah, actually looking the wrong way, I look at Blizzard, don't I? There we go. So yeah, it's something to look into, and I think I'll pick this up either way because it's so fun. Like, boom, instant. That's good, man. Anyway, level 100, Thermal Void is the same. Icy Veins has a longer duration and gives you increased duration every time you use a different Ice Lance on the target, which is pretty good. Glacial Spike's the same still. Does a big old Glacial Spike. It does just a waste of time, in my opinion. And Ray of Frost has been moved from level 100, from 15 to 100. This is an interesting one to me because Ray of Frost is really good at the start of the expansion, so maybe it'd be good while leveling, I guess, maybe. I probably would use this for leveling, but it's so boring. You gotta stand there for so long. Like, how long is it? 4 seconds. Ray of Frost. You do get 2 charges of Fingers of Frost, which is kind of nice, I guess. You could legitimately open up, you know, some Ebon Bolt, Icy Veins, or a nonsense opener, and then just go into a Ray of Frost for some big old nice damage. But this big Thermal Void. One thing I guess is a big thing now I should have mentioned with the nerf of the artifact being gone is that Icy Veins only gives you haste now. On live it gives you frost damage also. So obviously it's still a DP, it's still giving you, it's still your cooldown, it's still giving you an increase in damage, but it's not as powerful as the live version. But yeah, Frost Mage, much like Fire Mage, is literally the same class as it is on the live servers. We literally play the same game, you know, Ebon Bolt over here, normally Splitting Ice, but Splitting Ice is now over here. And Candace Flow, Shimmer, I'm literally playing the live server right now. Like, how's it going, guys? I'm playing the on the Legion server. Let's do the opener here. Oh, actually, you gotta do there's a cooldown now, GCD on the Icy Vein that I kind of didn't mention. It's Frozen Orb, there's a, you know, good old Fingers of Frost from it. Press Frostbolt a lot, hope for a proc, it's Brain Freeze, hit a Flurry. Yeah, and back to back. Here's another one. What happened to it? Did I lose the proc? It's very, very laggy. See, I'm doing a lot of double hits with my Ice Lance, not on purpose here. I'm playing a very high ping from Australia. So it's not the greatest, but we're making do, as you can see. But yeah, Frost Mage is still incredibly fun, I think. Super strong. Just because the single target damage is amazing. You have really good 2-target cleave, obviously with the good old Splitting Ice. And thank God they moved Unstable Magic. That ability is so boring. I said on the Fire Mage video, it's such a shit ability. And they removed it, which is cool. Hopefully it doesn't come back here. I'm going to assume it's a talent that gives you ways to either give you Brain Freeze or Fingers of Frost. Maybe be something like give you 3 you can have up to 3 charges of Fingers of Frost, and I don't know what else you do. Maybe 3 charges of Fingers of Frost, and I don't know. Maybe just be like charged up from Arcane Mage. Maybe just press the button, bam, 2 charges of Fingers of Frost. Have fun, baby. Something like that. We'll see how it goes. Maybe some Icy Veins cooldown reduction. 3 minutes is a really long time in my opinion. Everybody in the game on live servers have ways to reduce it. Like, I think every spec in the game. I can't think of one that doesn't have one right now for their major cooldown. The Hunter does? What class is it? Warrior? Who cares about warriors? They're dumb. They always Convergence. I guess Ret is like one of the few classes. But yeah, like, everyone has a way to reduce their cooldown on their big CDs. And it's 3 minutes, and you have to press it before you do anything else because it has a GCD on it. That's a thing that's happening in a lot of classes. A lot of the cooldowns have GCDs. For example, Heroism. If you want to buff your rate of Heroism, get ready to lose personal damage there. which is an interesting one. I hope they change that one personally, because that one sucks to bring utility to your raid as a DPS, but then get screwed over for it. I guess shamans have that sometimes if certain healing totems and stuff, even if you're DPS, but you're playing shaman, you know what's going to happen to you. I play mage to hit people really hard, really fast. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Really laggy. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see from these preview videos. I haven't really decided exactly on the format. You know, I might do some dungeons also as the classes. Maybe, you know, one breakdown video like this and then one dungeon. Maybe I'll talk more about builds. Maybe talk about more of the nitty-gritty stuff. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.